Now, the top story that we are following is how the fringe groups had taken the superstar Rajinikanth's maiden visit to Sri Lanka, tried to create a controversy over it, so much so that now Rajinikanth has called off his visit. He was due to go to Sri Lanka to promote his film 2.0 and also to participate in a charitable event to distribute houses in the civil war-torn area, Jaffna, to Tamilians there. Rajini had earlier tweeted as well about the entire visit. His team had said that he's quite excited about it, but now he's backed off. In a letter that's been tweeted on his Twitter handle, he said that he is not going to Sri Lanka this time round. He said, I will not participate in the event. Wanted to raise fishermen issue also with the Sri Lankan president, wanted to go to place where Tamils have lived, wanted to breathe the air that Tamils had taken in. He also said, I disagree with the reasons stated by VCK and MDMK, but I want to say on the outset, I'm not a politician, a mere artist. He's also said that hopefully the next time I want to visit Sri Lanka, there won't be an issue. Let me first go across to Akshay and Gaurav, who are joining us on this broadcast. So, Akshay, take us through Thalaiva's letter. What is he mentioned and the reason he stated for calling off Sri Lanka visit?
Well, Divina, in his letter, he stated that this was an opportunity that he was looking forward to go and meet those Sri Lankan Tamils in Sri Lanka who have been suffering for a long time and showcase his support. But at the same time, in his letter, he's saying that what VCK and the NDMK have said is not something that he's agreeing with, but he's ready to cancel this trip of his and hoping that next time when he is going to Sri Lanka, an opposition like this doesn't happen. But Divina, we need to also note that for the last 25 years, it is seen that Rajinikanth or any other actors, they haven't really spoken about the Sri Lankan issue. This is one of the reasons why these Tamil groups in the state have raised their voice against Rajini. And in fact, the production unit that he's working with for his movie 2.0 called Laika is owned by a Sri Lankan Tamil, but it's known to have very close tie with Mahendra Rajapakse, who was the former president of Sri Lanka, as well as Sirisena, the current president, and his other officials there. So
given the fact, Akshay, that Laika, which is bankrolling 2.0, is owned by a Tamil Sri Lankan businessman with close ties with Sinhalese government as well at the moment, and Mahinda Rajapakse earlier. But here is the point. Should fringe be allowed to dictate in India and dictate how Thalaiva should make his plans? Gaurav is still with us. Gaurav, before we come to you, I've got two callers. I want to take them. Raghavan calling us from Thiruvananthapuram first. Go ahead, Raghavan. Yes. Raghavan, if you can hear me at the moment, go ahead and make your point. Have Tamil groups choked Thalaiva?
No. What I'm saying is he should have continued with this trip. He should not bow down before this fringe element. And if the intention is pure, means he should have continued with this trip.
He should have continued with its visit. That's the voice that is coming in right now. Rajesh from Chennai also joining us. Rajesh, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Rajesh, and I would like to say that the politics and arts should not be mixed all the time, okay?
Okay.
And that's the reason the problem started right now, and if both are kept aside and it has been considered as two departments, there won't be any issue. But if that is the case, means I really believe that Rajini as an artist, he should have visited Sri Lanka. Moreover, he was supposed to open some houses for homeless people as well, even though he is going there for the promotion of his movie.
No, he was going for the promotion of his movie, but in the same breath he had said that he wanted to meet the Sri Lankan president, Sirisena, as well. He said that he wanted to find a solution to fishermen problems. And if an artist is saying, I'm an artist and not a politician, he could have been a cultural ambassador from India, a goodwill gesture for a 3-decade civil war-torn area in Sri Lanka where Tamilians are living. Let me go across to Gaurav now. Gaurav, do you believe that fringe groups who are absent when it comes to, say, Tamil farmers who are protesting in Jantar Mantar in the capital, there is not a single voice from a Tamil fringe group, not a single leader who's come to the capital to visit them. They've been there for around 11 days. They take up the issue of Thalaiva going to Sri Lanka just for their own publicity and relevance as well.
Devina, this is quite a sensitive issue. It's a very emotive issue. And for the past 2 days, we've been seeing how both sides, battle lines very clearly drawn on this aspect. Now, Rajinikanth made one thing very clear. He said, I'm an artist. All I'm going to do there is give houses to Sri Lankan Tamils. Now, they've been suffering. Some of them would have got houses. And their plight, with Rajinikanth going to Sri Lanka, their plight would have been highlighted by the Sri Lankan media, by the Indian media and the international media. That was his thinking. Also, how things can be made better for them. He would have taken up these issues with the Sri Lankan government. But on the other hand, those who are opposing this trip, they've made it extremely clear that this would have been whitewashing, war crimes as they put it, war crimes by the Sri Lankan government, the Mahendra Rajapaksa government against the Tamil Elam. So it was an extremely emotive issue. He's steering clear of it. But as far as India is concerned, India is extensively engaging with the Sri Lankan government, seeking justice for those affected in those atrocities that were carried out, and hoping that there will be reconciliation and forward movement with power being given to those who genuinely deserve it, Devina.
All right, got a fair point there. Let me also go across to Sumant Raman, who's spoken to India Today earlier. He's a television personality and also political analyst. How's he reading Rajini's sudden U-turn?
I think it doesn't speak very highly of him, If he is going to buckle into this kind of pressure from fringe groups, I mean, it's a pity. And if at all he harbored any political ambitions, this is not the way to go about them. So he's not going to win too many admirers on this. No, it's not a question of foreseeing. I mean, see, you have to do what you think is right. I mean, the Sri Lankan problem didn't arise day before yesterday when Mr. Rajinikanth decided to go. He knew fully well. And then he had taken a considered decision. So some small groups start something, immediately you buckle under pressure. What does it say? I mean, it's very, regrettable that, even senior. No, I think the one reason maybe otherwise they might have started a protest around this film. They would have created problems for its release. All kinds of issues would have come. So I think appeasement of the fringe is now the sort of motto of what's happening in many states. Tamil Nadu is, of course, one of the leaders in this.
Fringe appeasement, should Thalaiva buckle down under pressure? This is the question that we're saying. Have fringe choked Thalaiva's Sri Lanka plan? The callers, we're taking your call as well. The numbers are on your screen at the moment. You can call in, express your views. You can call us now. Our phone lines are open. Have Tamil groups choked Thalaiva? Should Thalaiva have gone ahead with a Sri Lankan visit? He has also said that hopefully in future, I will not see any opposition from groups like MDMK and VCK. I do not agree with their points. I do not agree with their reasons, but I'm calling off this visit for the moment. Let me also go across to my colleague Akshaya, who's with us at the moment. So Akshaya, given the fact that Rajini would have thought of this Sri Lanka visit controversy earlier as well, his team would have warned him, still Thalaiva had given a go-ahead for his Jaffna visit. The point here is, should he have taken a U-turn?
Well, it is very disappointing that he has budged down to a kind of the pressure that has been mounted on him by these Tamil groups. But it could have been better off if he had gone to Sri Lanka, because it was seen that the Sri Lankan Tamils there, in fact, one of the very popular leaders among the Sri Lankan Tamils, Shivaji Lingam, had requested and was very happy to welcome.
Absolutely. In fact, Akshaya, be with me, because I have Tirumurugan Gandhi who's joining us. He's a political activist, also and a supporter of the Tamilians cause in Sri Lanka, the Tamil Elam cause in Sri Lanka as well. Now, Mr. Gandhi, here is the point, that what is the opposition exactly for Rajini's visit to Sri Lanka from your group?
The United Nations Human Rights Commission's report clearly exposed Sri Lanka's gross violation and the genocidal intent against Idam Tamil. An international human rights activist like Yasmin Suka gave a detailed report how the torture camp is
Mr. Gandhi, this was a personal visit of Thalaiva. Mr. Gandhi, I just want to bring this in, because this is where I want to understand the issue. It was a personal visit of Rajinikanth. In this letter also, he said that hopefully if I want to visit next time as well, you will not raise an issue. It was my first time visit. I wanted to go to the soil where Tamilians had lived and breathed that air as well.
See, you should allow me to complete this. So when such kind of an atmosphere is there are numerous actors are going to Tamil Elam areas. He is not the first person. actor and the veteran actor Nasser has been there. The artist, the renowned artist Mardu is there. There are many people are visiting, and they are doing a charity or kind of a thing, and they are also voicing for the genocide investigation. So this, if Rajini want to go with that kind of a political perspective, talking about a genocide investigation that has been putting pressure onto Sri Lanka, that is a different thing. We all welcome it. The Sri Lankan government want to whitewash its crimes. The 150 houses is not a big deal. Diaspora Tamils every month contributing much bigger than what Rajini is going to open it up. So
no, he has said, I'm an artist. I'm not a politician. Don't paint me with the same brush. I'm an artist. I'm not a politician. Don't paint me with the same brush. So, Mr. Gandhi, when will we see that this kind of opposition end from group like yours, because it just goes on to malign the cause for which your group stands for?
Mr. Rajinikanth, I've forgotten his history. He voiced against Jayalalitha. He voiced against Karnanidhi when he was collaborating with the film industry. And Rajinikanth was voiced on many issues. And he can't say that it is not, he don't politicize that. He's his intentions, and he played a key role in that. He played a key role in bringing down Jayalalitha's government in '96. It is his history. You cannot say that.
Mr. Gandhi, now that was the issue when he said if Jayalalitha comes to power in Tamil Nadu, God save Tamil Nadu. We've seen that he's never taken a direct plunge in politics as well. In that context, you can see 2004, 2014, he's been seen with the Prime Minister Narendra Modi at that time as well. But that doesn't mean that a group like yours can dictate terms of whether Rajinikanth should go to Sri Lanka, should promote his film or not, should also participate in a charitable event, because that is just causing more and more grievance to even Tamilian fan base who's there in Sri Lanka.
The protest against the atrocities on Sri Lankan government is happening every week. And Rajinikanth's issue is come in between that.
Okay.
Last week, I mean, we burned the Sri Lankan constitution. It has been every week the protests are here in Tamil Nadu. So Rajinikanth stuff, we requested him to consider all these aspects. Because Rajinikanth's thing is for a corporate company.
No, but Mr. Gandhi, I just want to point this out, Mr. Gandhi. I just want to point this out. You have Tamilians who are sitting in protest at Jantar Mantar for the past 10 days. These are Tamilian farmers who are talking about farmer suicide in the state. But I don't see your group raising voice for them. And it's just also a question on the intention of your group. When you talk about Tamilian cause, isn't that a Tamilian cause? You would go and protest at Rajini's visit to Sri Lanka, but not raise voice for the farmers who are suffering in the state. Now, which Tamilian cause are you talking about, sir?
Allow me to speak first. Allow me to speak. We are there in Neduvasal.
No, Mr. Gandhi, this kind of a publicity stunt should be condemned. I'm sorry, I'm out of time. I'm out of time at the moment. I want to take in the views of the people in this matter. Uppalyapan is calling us from Bengaluru. Please go ahead and make your point.
Good afternoon, madam. Thank you for having me online, first of all. I want to thank God for two things. One, for having made for giving Rajinikanth to us, to this great country called India, and geographically placing Tamil Nadu in the south of India, not in the north of India. Otherwise, these fringe groups would have blamed Rajini sir for even for the Kashmir issue. Trust me.
Well, thanks for making that point. In fact, on that note, we'll have to end the show. But here is a bigger question. Should fringe groups be allowed to dictate terms over Thalaiva's visit?